The dust has settled on the porch of the home I knew. I pack my heavy burdens in a box of faded blue. The iron gates are closing as the morning mist descends. A lonely road begins where the familiar sidewalk ends. Looking back at windows that no longer hold my light, I step into the shadow of a long and hollow night. My boots are worn from walking through the valleys of the dry, searching for a sanctuary beneath the foreign sky. I carried several secrets tucked inside my tattered coat, and cast away the anchor of a sinking wooden boat. The maps are torn to pieces and the compass points to none. I leave behind the battles that I never should have fought. Oh, in the wreckage of the miles I found a hand to hold, a grace that turns the copper of my spirit into gold. It took a gentle stranger to unmake the knots of hate, to pull me from the surface and to swing the iron gate. Now I stand trembling before the wonder of the new, saved by the simple mercy that I discovered deep in you. Oh, the heart is like a mountain that we climb in holy fear. The silence speaks the gospel that the noisy cannot hear. I am bowing to the power of the love that brought me home, far away from every altar and the ancient streets of Rome. It's a wide and frightening glory that has taken hold of me, a fearful kind of freedom that finally sets me free. Oh, I used to think that distance was a way to kill the ghost, but the spirits follow closest when you need them all the most. I saw the faces of my fathers in the canyon's jagged rim, and heard the choir singing an unfamiliar hymn. The earth is much too massive for a map to walk alone, when every pebble on the path is like a sacred stone. The pride I